From Saudi sands to destiny, the true story of Mohammed Ilias Ali and his father Mohammed Imtiaz Ali.
The real story of Mohammed Ilias Ali, Zoe born in India, raised in Saudi Arabia, shaped by the unwavering determination of his father.
Not every hero wears a cape. Some wear sweat-drenched shirts in 50-degree heat. And not every genius is born in a lab. Some are raised quietly behind dusty windows, fueled by sacrifice, love, and prayers. This is the real story of Mohammed Ilias Ali, a boy born in India, raised in Saudi Arabia, and shaped by the unwavering determination of his father, Mohammed Imtiaz Ali. This is Untold Drive. 1995, Ilias was only 6 months old when his father brought him to Saudi Arabia. Imtiaz Ali had been working there since the early 1980s, a life of hardship under the blazing Arabian sun, earning just enough to provide basic needs. Imtiaz's biggest dream wasn't about getting rich. He wanted his children to get a good education. This dream was important to him because he hadn't had the same opportunities when he was young. His wife, Zahara, a highly educated woman, had taught him the value of education. She created a supportive learning environment at home for their children. He used to tell his children, "I want to give you what I couldn't achieve in my own education." To Ilias, he would say, "Whenever you feel tired of studying, remember, you have to study for two people, for yourself and for me." That line stayed with Ilias forever. It was his fuel. From kindergarten, Ilias showed signs of brilliance. He would finish exams in half the time, no rechecking, and still top every class. Teachers were stunned. His parents were quietly hopeful. Despite financial strain, Imtiaz never compromised on education. He couldn't give luxuries, but he gave something rarer: belief. All through school from class 1 to 10, Ilias topped his class. His name featured in school newsletters, then local newspapers. In 2010, he aced his Class 10 CBSE exams and was featured as a topper in Saudi national newspapers. He dreamt of becoming a doctor, but soon he realized the massive donation for MBBS in India was beyond what his father could ever afford. Ilias switched paths, choosing engineering instead. Class 12, a year that tests every student. For Ilias, it was a war. Morning school, then changing clothes in his father's car, then straight to tuition, physics, chemistry, math, every night till 10 p.m. A simple meal, no breaks, no luxury. Imtiaz would wait outside the tuition center, often in the blistering heat or darkness. He wasn't just waiting, he was dreaming. For him, Ilias wasn't just his son, he was his entire hope. Before the board exam results, Imtiaz visited a top university in Jeddah, asking for admission details. The officer looked at him and said, "Getting in is almost impossible. Don't expect much." Imtiaz smiled. "My son will top." They laughed. And then the results came in. Ilias emerged as one of the top CBSE scores across the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Journalists rushed to interview Imtiaz. He smiled again. "This is no surprise. My son was always a topper." This achievement was covered in the Saudi Gazette and Arab news, and can still be found online. Ilias took the SAT, the American College Entrance Test. Most students attend months of coaching, attempt multiple times, and still can't score above 2,000. Ilias, no coaching. First attempt, 2180 out of 2400. He had a real shot at Ivy League universities, but the tuition fees in US dollars was impossible. So Ilias made his journey to India to study, to prove himself. His CBSE performance put him in the top 50 worldwide for NRI students. He ranked 35th globally. He received a scholarship at Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, JNTU, Hyderabad, one of India's best. But there was one strict condition. If he failed even one subject, his scholarship would be canceled. From 2012 to 2016, 8 semesters, he never failed once. Graduated with first class with distinction, maintaining the scholarship, because he knew his father couldn't pay $7,500 US per year for the tuition fee. Ilias's academic records, merit ranks, SAT scores, and newspaper clippings are all available on his LinkedIn profile for anyone who still finds this story unbelievable. After graduating, Ilias returned to Saudi in 2016, reuniting with his father after 4 long years. He got hired at Julfa, a reputed pharmaceutical company. His dedication stood out. Managers praised him for his brilliance. But his father wasn't done dreaming. "Now pursue your masters," he said. Ilias replied, "Let me first gain some experience." They would share long evening walks, often talking about life, ideas, and the dreams they still wanted to chase. Like brothers more than father and son, their bond was unbreakable, built on mutual respect, shared ambition, and silent sacrifice. Then life turned upside down. In 2020, during the global COVID chaos, Imtiaz's health started to deteriorate drastically and mysteriously. No clear diagnosis, weight dropped rapidly, flights were closed, hospitals were suspicious. Even without COVID, Imtiaz couldn't board a plane. Ilias, just 25 then, became the pillar of the entire family. He left his job in uncertainty, gathered strength, and flew his family to India in January 2021. For the first time ever, Imtiaz, who had always stood strong for his children, was now fully dependent on his son. This once celebrated academic genius, a CBSE topper, a scholarship student, a SAT high scorer, was now roaming alone on unfamiliar streets, navigating ambulances and ICU rentals, fighting to keep his father alive. His entire family, his mother, his sisters, were all in this storm together. No support, no backup. Ilias was sleeping in hospital corridors, bargaining for oxygen cylinders, and running on nothing but sheer love and desperation. This was the biggest test of his life, one he and his father would fight together one last time. Admitted to NIMS Hospital, Hyderabad on February 5, 2021. When doctors gave up, Ilias didn't. He converted his home into an ICU. Hospital bed, oxygen generators, ventilator, electricity inverter, and all the critical items managed by him alone like a doctor. Then came the night of 28 February 2021, 3 a.m. Imtiaz took his final breath. Even 10 minutes before passing, he told his family with same lion-like strength and optimism he carried in his life. Determined, "Don't worry all, I'll be fine." That night, Ilias lost his father, his best friend, his backbone, and his entire world. Today, many people don't believe Ilias's achievements until they see the newspaper cuttings with his name as a topper, his original SAT scorecard, his CBSE worldwide ranked 35 NRI merit list. Every document is a proof, not of pride, but of the promises he fulfilled, together with his sheer genius and the hard work of his father and mother. Since losing his father, Ilias has performed over 75 Umrahs and still continues, each in his father's name. It's almost physically impossible, but he believes, "This is the only way I still get to walk with him." Every step, every prayer, every breath, a tribute to the man who once stood under the sun for him. After his father's death, Ilias was broken. He lost his motivation, his spirit, and the light that once guided him. Ilias attributes his renewed sense of purpose to his strong mother. "I lost my father, but my mother saved me," he says. His mother, Zahara, a highly educated woman whose strength and resilience, qualities that mirrored his father's, were instrumental in helping Ilias overcome depression after his father's passing. On her advice, he resumed his academic pursuits in 2025 after a 10-year gap from 2016, pursuing his master's degree, and also got married, building a beautiful family. Ilias greatly values his mother's wise counsel, which has been a source of support for him, just like his father Imtiaz. Her presence reminds him of his father, and he deeply values all his loved ones' contributions in his life. His mother, his both sisters, his beautiful wife, and children whom he fondly named after his late father. He always misses the great time he spent and remembers the unforgettable sacrifices of his late father, Imtiaz, the real unsung hero. This is not a story. This is a legacy. No viral reel, no glamour, just a father and son, bound by sweat, love, and silent sacrifice. This is the true story of Mohammed Ilias Ali, his father Mohammed Imtiaz Ali, and his great family. From the deserts of Saudi to becoming a worldwide topper, from the tragic hospital fate of Hyderabad to winning ways back into life. This is what Untold Drive was made for. Subscribe to hear more real, raw, unbelievable stories that the world forgot to celebrate.